Hi everyone, this is Samurai12 here, coming at you with a new video, and today we'll be looking into the new update 4.4 for World Warship Blitz. And as we can see here, this is the Yamato, and we have the Marseille as the port scenario, or port scenery. And as we can see here, as we go back to Armory, there is the upgrade, camouflage, battle honors, which this format changed and details. But other than that, the sell on the top right corner button is still there, and along with the comparison button, which is like the justice sign, and also the expansion, which you just saw in the very beginning of the video. And as we can go back here, how you go back to Armory is by clicking that Titanic logo sign. And today I'll be joining with Diseasedsteak and Spliff, and they're both from Warship, my former fleet. And the only difference that I see here with the update is mainly the smaller size fonts, I gotta say. And as we can see here, we have the general, world, etc. And the friends and fleets are actually adjusted to the left side corner rather than the right side corner. And the chat itself right now is located on the very bottom screen, which at first they didn't allow us to do that. I believe so. And we have this V logo sign when we do a loading screen, and Thanos sounds kind of familiar, and that's about it, because the other rest, there is at least 2 AIs, so I believe 1 AI per team. So, and this in particular is kind of a uniquely designed map, I suppose. Looks like A and C is the closest to us, and B and D is the closest to the enemy. And this is one of the maps I believe may have changed or been updated in the process, because I guess the developers saw that it was a little bit repetitious to have the same maps all over again, so they had to redesign their formation of the capture the points. So we have C occupied at the moment, and let's see what we're gonna go for. So the AI Iowa is coming at us already. The real AI, funny. The real player Iowa is actually 13.4 kilometers, and seems to be a little bit of lag there. And we were able to at least get 5 shots in. And there's 2 Iowas that are live players, 1 AI Iowa. And there's a DD that just had a smoke screen, and I believe we're just gonna go ahead and continue to focus on the Iowa by the name of Lincoln. And with 11 kilometers, we can at least get a couple of shots at him, since he's just gonna continue straight down. And we already got 8 hits in, and all we need is this 1 more salvo to just finish him. And it seems like he's gonna continue straight forward. Okay, so that is gonna really give us the advantage right here. So at least 1 more salvo, and that should end him right there. And fortunately, our team already eliminated two ships already, and Jane in particular, I think, sees me as the potential target, and I'm going straight forward already. So let's see. Oh, okay, she was aiming for the Shimikaze the whole time, so we might be able to get a couple more shots at him if he's continued to go straight. Looks like he's not, and looks like I'm just gonna go close combat with the Iowa in this case. So this is gonna be quite interesting. I'm gonna try to find the citadel, the right citadel hits. Okay, I missed a couple of hits because I kind of shot a little bit further down. That was, and now we have some kind of glitch in some sense. So basically, if someone destroys the ship or sinks the opponent's ship, they basically gave me credit in this case, which is pretty much unfair. The Jane DD though. Trying to see. Oh, okay. Thanos already got him. So that's, or got her to be exact. Okay, so this match is actually not too bad. Let's just go for B in this case. So D seems to be the one that's holding us back a bit. So given that there's two cruisers, I guess they couldn't really occupy any other points because we have them surrounded. It's basically 6v2 right now, so we have the upper edge, and we're at least, let's see, 170 points ahead, or right now it's like roughly 180-ish. And the two cruisers for some reason are at the edges of the map for some reason. If I had the top view, I could just see what they're doing and why they did that. But now it's just out of pure assumption that they already knew that they already lost the game, and they're just gonna go ahead and run away. So now the DD, or our DD right now, is basically chasing after him. And we got Henry the 7th. Oh, no, my bad. Roman Nero is kind of throwing me off there. So here's some surprise shots at them. And let's see, got 8 seconds left before I can get one of the cannons to finally load up, and seem to be backing off. Just waiting to see how far they will turn. If Henry turns a little bit more straight, I'm gonna be heading over to the beach side. Okay. Wow, okay. Now I got 12 seconds. Oh, okay. Thanos was able to eliminate him. My goodness. That full salvo miss was kind of embarrassing, I gotta admit. But, you know what? It is what it is. And they already got full shot at him. So, basically Thanos got them all. So, well played, Thanos. And also my teammates, Diseasedsteak and Spliff, for doing their part. And as we can see here, I guess the results are more compacted in terms of the format. The battle details itself are about the same, I would say, in terms of the font size. Battle details looks kind of tinier than before. However, it is more organized, I suppose. But other than that, we can then go back to exit battle, and we're done with that promotion. And as you can see here, as we scroll to the left side, what changed is the arrangement of the icons. So the previous versions of the icons would be located on the center, as you can see where the ripple effect is located. And now they place it on the very far left side, so the announcement, missions, And let's see, we can collect the rewards, and let's go ahead and do win one battle, deactivate that, cost 30,000 EXP. We got the Blitz class located on the top right corner. We got this Titanic logo on, which is for the fleets, and we'll scroll down and we have the warehouse, etc. in the settings. Now going back to the World Tank Blitz, as we can see here, or as you just saw just a second ago, basically you can see the sidebar basically with the account, basically the username, December12, etc. And the only difference right now that World Warship Blitz or the difference between World Warship Blitz and World Tank Blitz is that sceneries are limited for the World Tank Blitz, so you only got one scene where you're repairing the tank or you see people maintaining the tanks. However, it's about the same with the logos, and the only difference is when you go to the crew or the fleet. Basically, you click on that let's see, the 3 persons or 3 silhouettes. That's going to be your fleet icon. And if you see this ammo hitting this bullet hitting the target, so that's the training room. And if you were to go ahead and compare that to World Warship Blitz, basically, as we can see here, let's see, basically the training room, if we click on the wargaming, we can then see that there's random battles and then battle versus AI and training room located on the top bottom right corner. And I guess the team is full, so couldn't really join it, but nevertheless, this is what the new UI or the user interface looks like for the 4.4. And the format itself, I would say, is in some sense it is organized, but at the same time I wish the fonts were a little bit more larger for me. I remember the previous version, 4.3, that was the one where it kind of burned people's eyes, and also the format was way tinier than this, and there would be some lags involved, and there are some lags still that occur, especially if you go to the fleet icon, and if you're doing let's say you are going to go back to the chat and you're going to go to fleet, basically they would have like an accept chess or so, or for claim all, and basically the claim all button is for collecting all the gifts that you get from purchasing a Blitz pass, as you can see on the top right corner. And for this season you can get the Mysore, I believe, the Mysore. Some people say it kind of sucked, which I don't know for certain because I never played it. So we can go ahead, and I guess my timing is a bit off nowadays, but nevertheless, this is a comparison and contrast of what World Tank Blitz looks like with World Warship Blitz. And nevertheless, I think lastly would be the announcement. So I understand that these shouldn't be an excuse, or the reasons I'm presenting right now shouldn't have been an excuse, because most of the other YouTubers or content creators are uploading once every week already, and they're also doubling the amount of work or workload that they already have, like for example school, work, etc. As for me, it's just how much I can handle, unfortunately, and it's mainly due to the pressure, I suppose, of having to upload it once every week, and also having to manage the homework assignments, which the current class I'm taking is a bit challenging, I gotta admit, and that's why it requires a lot more of my attention towards my electronics class for the meantime, because I'm trying to get the license, and basically also have work as well, and this is and also I'm managing my new server, which all thanks to my dedicated team, which will be Miles or from Ascension, and Shaky Boss, DT, and also Tom as well. So I wanted to thank each and every one of them for helping me revamp the new server for our Discord. And we have and of course sometimes it could be a lively chat within the general chat area, and it just solely depends on who is available, as we have some members who are within who are in Asia, some of them are in the US like me, and also some are in Europe. So the different time zones do sometimes affect the way how the conversation would go, and I'm still pretty impressed by how we were able to get that server up within one day itself. And I was testing out the bots, and it was just a bit of a headache, I have to admit, because sometimes it would fail, or it basically failed. That's the best way to put it. And at least I attempted in some sense, and I was able to learn the process of, for example, using the Zira, the Carl bot, and also the Me6 bot. But nonetheless, all these ideas just got into my head, or all these ideas just came out, and I basically thought, oh, let's go ahead and create this channel, etc. And after posting all those channels, it kind of created that clump or whole mess. So definitely that was quite a lot of work to put in, and as I said before, it's all thanks to my team, who are the admins right now, as you can see on the Discord server. So I'll have the link posted below. And also for those who are content creators as well, if you ever want your videos to also be posted as well as your server links, just DM me or let my admins know, and we will go ahead and allow you to go ahead and post your links, and so that people can then also explore or check out your servers too. So nevertheless, I appreciate all of your time, and as always, stay safe and peace out. Oops. What is this? Okay. Sometimes my screen recording is a bit off, so as you can see, it's kind of a weird. So it's kind of like, you see that arrow? You kind of click that through to the right, and then somehow have to swipe it to the left in order to end it. So yeah. Oh, you know what? Bonus time. So just a heads up, as you can see here, the store is like still the same apparently. The if you compare that with like World Tank Blitz, my goodness, like you can see a whole massive difference. Oh my goodness, are you for real? See, sometimes when it comes to comparison and contrast, I suppose, and you're switching different apps, it can affect the loading time, I suppose. So nevertheless, if I click on the top right corner of the shopping cart, my goodness, like we're basically scrolling vertically down, and you can just immediately just see the difference of the graphics of each tank, who's on sale and so forth. And you got more selections, by the way, in comparison to World Warship Blitz. And sometimes I would play World Tank Blitz from time to time. And keep in mind, I just started World Warship Blitz like at least technically 4 or 5 months ago, but I believe last year actually I just somehow found World Warship Blitz on the App Store, and I just like the idea that it was like World War II setting in some sense. So definitely I just completely enjoy this game. I like the concept as well, and I just hope that NetEase would be able to slowly improve the game as well, in terms of reducing the lag and also slightly increasing the fonts. But nevertheless, I think I wish you all the best in your upcoming matches, and peace out.